Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we are diving deep into one of the most eye-opening chapters from James Clear's Atomic Habits. We are talking about Chapter 10, How to Find and Fix the Causes of Your Bad Habits. And let me tell you, this chapter completely changed how I think about why we do the things we don't want to do. You know that feeling when you reach for your phone for the 100th time today, or when you find yourself stress-eating even though you promised you'd stop. Well, today we are going to uncover the real psychology behind these behaviors and learn how to actually break free from them. The real story behind your cravings. Here's something that might surprise you. Every single bad habit you have is actually your brain trying to solve a problem. Think about it this way, when you scroll through social media, when you are feeling lonely, you are not really craving Instagram. What you are actually craving is connection and social acceptance. When you reach for that bag of chips when you are stressed, you are not really craving the chips, you are craving relief from that uncomfortable feeling. James Clear calls this the difference between surface-level cravings and deeper underlying motives. The surface level is what you think you want: the cigarette, the junk food, the endless Netflix binge. But underneath, there's always a deeper need: reducing uncertainty, feeling in control, connecting with others, or achieving some kind of status. Think of it like this: imagine you are at your computer working on a difficult project and you suddenly feel stuck and frustrated. That frustration is uncomfortable, right? So your brain starts scanning for solutions. It remembers that checking social media has relieved this feeling before, so it creates a craving for your phone. You are not actually craving the phone, you are craving relief from frustration. Your brain is a prediction machine. Here's where it gets really interesting. Your brain is constantly making predictions about what will happen next. Every time you encounter a cue, like feeling stressed or seeing your phone, your brain makes a prediction about what will happen if you act on that cue. These predictions create feelings, and those feelings are what we experience as cravings. Let me give you a perfect example. Two people can look at the exact same cigarette and have completely different reactions. One person might feel disgusted and walk away, while another person gets an intense urge to smoke. Why? Because their brains are making different predictions based on their past experiences. The first person might associate cigarettes with disease and bad smells, while the second person associates them with stress relief and social connection. This is actually incredible news, because it means we can change our habits by changing our predictions. If we can teach our brain to associate a bad habit with negative outcomes instead of positive ones, the craving will naturally fade away. The power of reframing your mindset. Now here's where the magic happens. You can literally reprogram your brain to make bad habits seem unattractive by changing how you think and talk about them. This isn't just positive thinking, this is about fundamentally shifting your internal narrative. Instead of saying, "I have to wake up early tomorrow," try saying, "I get to wake up early tomorrow." Instead of "I can't eat that dessert," try "I don't eat that because I'm someone who takes care of their health." This might sound simple, but it's incredibly powerful. When you change your language from obligation to opportunity, from restriction to identity, you are actually rewiring how your brain responds to these situations. Let's say you are trying to quit smoking. Instead of focusing on what you are giving up, start highlighting all the benefits of being smoke-free. You are not losing your stress reliever, you are gaining better health, saving money, and freeing yourself from dependency. You are teaching your brain to predict positive outcomes from not smoking, rather than negative outcomes from quitting. Creating your motivation ritual. One of the most practical tools from this chapter is something called a motivation ritual. This is where you pair something you enjoy with something that's challenging but good for you. The key is doing the enjoyable thing immediately before the difficult habit, not after. For example, let's say you want to start exercising but you dread it. You could create a motivation ritual by playing your absolute favorite pump-up songs right before you work out. Or if you are trying to build a reading habit, you might make yourself a special cup of tea and sit in your favorite cozy spot before opening your book. Over time, your brain starts to associate the difficult task with the positive feeling from the ritual, making it much easier to get started. The beauty of this approach is that you are not fighting against your brain's natural wiring. You are working with it. You are using your brain's tendency to seek pleasure as a way to pull yourself toward good habits rather than away from them. Real-life applications. Let me share some practical ways you can apply this. If you find yourself constantly reaching for your phone when you should be working, try reframing it. Instead of seeing your phone as a source of entertainment you are missing out on, start seeing it as a distraction that's stealing your focus and productivity. Remind yourself that every time you resist the urge to check your phone, you are building mental strength and getting closer to your goals. If you are struggling with emotional eating, try to identify what you are really craving in those moments. Are you actually hungry, or are you craving comfort, control, or distraction from stress? Once you identify the real need, you can find healthier ways to meet it, like calling a friend when you are lonely, or taking a short walk when you are stressed. The key is to get curious about your habits rather than judgmental. When you catch yourself doing something you don't want to do, ask yourself, what is my brain trying to solve right now? What deeper need am I trying to meet? This awareness alone can be incredibly powerful in breaking the automatic cycle. Remember, breaking bad habits isn't about willpower. It's about understanding the psychology behind why you developed these habits in the first place, and then systematically changing the associations and predictions your brain makes about them. When you can make a bad habit seem truly unattractive and unrewarding in your mind, the craving for it will naturally fade away. The most important takeaway from this chapter is that you have more control over your habits than you might think. By understanding that your cravings are really just your brain's predictions about what will make you feel better, and by learning to reframe those predictions, you can transform even the most stubborn bad habits into something that no longer has power over you. That's a wrap on Chapter 10 of Atomic Habits. If this helps you understand your own habits better, hit that like button and let me know in the comments which habit you are going to work on reframing. And if you haven't already, make sure to subscribe because we are continuing this journey through the entire book. Trust me, the insights just keep getting better. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.